Greetings, family and friends. This is Yuda. I wanted to take a little time out to show you guys a clear example of ignorance, which is why Isaiah chapter 58 and 1 gave us a command concerning the ignorance and the sins of his people. This guy calls himself Noble Black Man 061. I just want to point out this particular type of ignorance. And this you will find this in a lot of so-called teachers with the same attitude and the same misguided understanding. Now, I'm not here to beat this guy up, but I do want to point out total, blatant ignorance. First of all, he left a comment on the video, Exodus chapter 23, verse 13. What does it really mean? His comment has nothing to do with this particular lesson, which is ignorance number one. Ignorance number two is obviously he watched other videos which gave him this motivation. My question is, why did you respond to this video that has nothing to do with your comment instead of commenting on the video you found disturbing? This is the problem with our people. Not all of them, but the biggest part of our people lack any understanding. And they get offended because they are in sin. If you were doing what was right, this wouldn't offend you. Ignorance number three. He doesn't understand the difference between correction and attacking. Those are two totally different things. None of my videos attack anybody. I'm simply obeying the command of Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1. That was not a suggestion. That was a command. And he doesn't realize it. So he attacks me. And let's listen to what he says. Nigel Noble, if you love your people, like you tell your audience, stop attacking Hebrews. Okay. We all seeking Yah the best way we know how. Well, let me point something out to you, brother Nigel Noble. Your best way you know how obviously is not good enough. You don't get to choose how you serve the Creator. You don't get to choose how you obey Him. You obey His commands and His word. It's not your choice. It's your instruction. So when I correct somebody, Brother Noble, that is not attacking. That is addressing and fulfilling a command. Now, once I do that, I got no more beef with you. I've settled the issue. I've done my part. If you want to ignore it, that's your choice. You have free will. My suggestion is you learn to understand the purpose and reason for these scriptures. You are demonstrating pride. That's the biggest problem I've seen among our people, is they can't stand to be corrected. They can't stand it. He goes on to say he has his face turned from you just like he does the rest of this Isaiah chapter 1 nation. I'm not quite sure what he means by that. How many videos you got attacking Hebrews? Grow up. You You're above none of us. I have never claimed to be above nobody. I'm doing what you should be doing. And just because I'm following the commands of our Creator does not mean I believe I'm above anybody. I'm no better than you, Brother Noble. I just choose to follow his instructions, unlike you. I don't get offended when somebody shows me my error. I need the proof of Scripture to back it up. But when I see it, I will be the first to admit, yes, thank you for that. So let's look at scriptures that shows your ignorance, Brother Noble. Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22 to 24. The Creator says, my people are stupid. Brother Noble, they don't know me. They are like foolish children. They have no understanding, Brother Noble. They are experts at doing what is evil, like you just did, Brother Noble, but failures at doing what is good, Brother Noble. I really can't understand how can somebody be so indoctrinated to the point where they won't even accept correction. To me, that says you want to stay stupid. You don't want to move. You don't want to grow. You don't want to improve. You want to stay right where you are. And you know what, Brother Noble? You have that right. You have that right. I am never going to try to take that away from you. But show some respect on my channel. If you don't agree with what I show you in Scripture, brother, you can move on. Nobody's pinning you down here. Nobody's locked you in. You're free to leave just like you were free to come. Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud. I don't think Brother Noble understands what that means. Spare not. I know he don't know what that means. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet. He don't know what that means. And show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins. He has no clue, so let me help him out. Let me help you out, Brother Noble. What does Isaiah chapter 58 and 1 mean? I summarized it for you by explaining that the Creator directed, pay attention, Brother Noble, this is for your good. By explaining that the Creator directed Isaiah to boldly, Brother Noble, do you know what boldly means? To boldly declare to the house of Jacob, or Israel, their sins. Did you not read this? And if you did, obviously you didn't understand. The Creator was telling you, point out the errors to my people so that they can be corrected. That is a responsibility placed on all Israelite men. These sins included outwardly performing religious practices without sincere intent, and thus acting as if they were a righteous nation that had not forsaken the Creator. Obviously, Brother Noble, you have something that you want to try to keep in the dark. And I must have exposed that, therefore you got offended. Instead of getting educated, you got offended. Let me explain something to you, Brother Noble. I don't do this to offend anybody. And of course, when you bring out the truth to people that are in lies, they will instantly get offended, like you did. But that only proves one thing. It proves that you are in error, and you want to put your guilt off on me. You want to put your guilt off on me. Well, that door is closed. I'm not accepting your guilt. That is you, and that's on you, not me. But I will continue to do what I've always done. I'm going to point out the errors that I see Once I do that, I could care less what you do, because that's up to you. I've done my part. Now, my people, I'm still working on the lesson in Baruch chapter 27. I'm taking this time out to make sure that when I bring this lesson, that you can get a full understanding. That means I'm looking up all the words. Me and my wife both working on this, and this is a 4-part lesson. It's very long. I want to make sure that it's well understood, so we don't have scoffers and mockers like Brother Noble here. I want to make sure that I point out the things that in most cases are misunderstood. And I believe every teacher should do that. So with that being said, let me say one more thing. Our last Sabbath day, coming this Wednesday, is the last Sabbath for this month. We will then be entering into our biblical 3rd month. I will let you know what day that Sabbath will be on when the time has come. So, I wish everybody a blessed week and a happy day to all of you. And Brother Noble, go seek out understanding. Obviously, you don't have any. Shalom.